I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off about the same mistake. Darling, when you go away, it won't be as simple for you.
Yo, guys, it is Old Man G here, back again, RDS, whatever it is. And join me for the worst. It's basically, this is going to be a deadline day live stream. There's actually not much to, let's just get into it, let's get into it. United clearly are not going to make any transfers, so most of this stream is not going to be talking about Manchester United or anything around that club right now that's currently in the mud. As much as I'm wearing Manchester United merch and there's a Manchester United background, Manchester United Football Club are in the mud regarding just everything going on right now. So to be honest, if you're a non-Manchester United fan, this is going to be a great stream because pretty much every other team aside from Manchester United and possibly Chelsea have made a signing, something to discuss. So if you're new to the channel, to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. By the way, this is open. I'll post the link in this is StreamYard link as well. So if you want to come on and talk and chat, we'll be obviously live past the deadline. We'll just be discussing so many things. So by all means, get involved. Uchi, bro, I see you in the background, man. I'll bring you in a second. I'm just going to get some of these comments in. Erhan, big up to Erhan, man. Big up Man United, a great transfer window with lots of quality signings. LOL. By all means, throw in the banter, man. It's dead, man. It's dead. It's really, really, really dead. Also, by the way, before I go on, hopefully the audio is working. Audio is fine. Like mic is fine. I'm clear and it's good. If anyone has any audio issues, let me know because I've been having some audio issues as well. So just give me the thumbs up. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. What can I say? What can I say? Speak to Magpies, man. Speak to Magpies. At least we cleared out some disgruntled players. Did we? Van der Beek kind of left. Lingard looked like he was forced to stay due to no fault of his own. Okay, I see your message, man. We Van der Beek. We got Van der Beek. We basically let Van. I'll talk about, the thing with United, what I'll talk about United is I'll talk about the outgoings because the outgoings are basically Van der Beek on loan to Everton and Ahmad on loan to Rangers. Although with obviously recent events, we'll talk about that maybe briefly. Shout out to Sudan's top general, man. Big up G. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Mo, for in the chat, man. Sorry for not being on the last couple of streams. No, bro, it's fine. It's fine. I was working all weekend, to be honest. But I'm happy to do his live stream as long as people are watching, man. So it is what it is. But thank you for your support, man. Thank you for tuning in and get your questions as well, guys. I mean, I think I'll probably put a poll in the chat. Like, who do you think had the best? I think I do it now, actually. Who do you think had the best transfer window? January transfer window? Because at that moment in time, my bet is actually that it probably goes to Newcastle. Could be wrong. But I'd probably say it goes to Newcastle right now. In fact, let me get that poll up. So let's do the poll. One of many polls, to be honest. Let's have a look. Yeah, best. Okay. Best transfer. Yeah, let me know in the chat as well. I'll put the poll in, but let me know in the chat. I mean, Newcastle, you can make a case for Liverpool as well. Who else could probably be Liverpool, Barcelona, I guess, with the Aubameyang thing and a few other their deals. Maybe even Aston Villa with Coutinho and stuff. Yeah, let me see what you think. At least on that poll, I'll put that poll up. There'll be a fair few polls to get that community interaction going along, man. RDS Greenwood, man. Yeah, I'm not really gonna speak a lot on that because a lot of us has already been said. But what I will say on this, and for those who said I didn't post a video, the predominant reason was because I was working. But what I will say on that matter is it's a terrible incident. I hope justice is done, and that's that. And that's not just for the case of Bruno, but that is for anyone, regardless of who they are, who is subject to that type of abuse. That's basically my thoughts on that. Our squad depth is finished. Yeah, so I mean, the Ahmad loan thing is now looking a bit sketchy. When now you basically have a front six of Sancho, Rashford, Ronaldo, Cavani, and Elanga. So I suspect, obviously, going forward, Ralph will basically use a combination of Elanga on the left, Ronaldo in the front, and then presumably Sancho on the right. With presumably who would give cover? Presumably Rashford will obviously interchange to give cover on both flanks because he can play right wing or left wing. And then you can maybe, dare I say Mata, to be honest, because Mata's still at the club. Do we have any other flank options? I don't know. Like I said, Ahmad would have been a go-to one, but he's at Rangers. Big up Real Madrid bringing Marcel and Vasquez to war versus Mbappe versus Messi. We should have kept Ahmad yet. Well, this is what I'm saying. So, but obviously recent events, amongst other things. Obviously, we have Lingard is obviously still at the club, says that. So I would suspect that Jesse Lingard will come in as well. In fact, you can make an argument that maybe Lingard will now play on the right, and it'll be Lingard on the right, Elanga. That's also a possibility depending on how Ralph views Sancho. Edward, what I see in the background, I'm going to bring you in as well. I'm just going to get through these comments. Going to get through his comments. I'm going to have just a brief conversation about United's outgoings, and then we'll start. I'll get you guys in the background and also get everyone's thoughts on things. So yeah, which players did United sign? Says Lazarus. Nobody. Go, guys. For those who are watching, I always knew that from the beginning of the season, I always knew that that United weren't going to sign anybody. I never expected going into this transfer window. I always knew that United weren't going to sign anybody. Like it was so, there's a reason why I don't post a lot of transfer news on this channel anymore, because the majority of it is just speculation. Like it's not real. It's not true. So I don't bother really commenting on it. Aside from maybe Fabrizio and a few other people, it's not. Martial obviously left us one, and I'll obviously get to that as well, because I mean, man, it is what it is. It is what it is. Mo Water says, yeah, Newcastle and Villa done good. Who do you think is the best signing of January? Who do I think? We'll get into it. It's a top. I mean, we'll see. But I would say it's a top up probably between Newcastle getting that Bruno Guimaraes guy. I think he could be a very solid signing for them. Martial Sevilla getting Martial again. I think that would be good. And then you can make an argument for Villa with Coutinho. Those will probably be my three, I think. Villa, top three. Villa getting Coutinho, Sevilla getting Martial, and Newcastle getting the Bruno Guimaraes guy. That would be my top three, I think. Just exit. Yeah, no worries, mate. Burnley. Yeah. Burnley, man. If you get them and Burnley getting Wiggleton is going under the radar. That's a fair point, actually. Wegos, that's a fair point. This is the thing. We're going to be talking about some of these deals because I want to get the United reaction out of the way because I want to focus more on everyone else's transfer dealing than this dead club right now. So, yeah, that was a definitely low-key signing, man. Lionel Messi lost possession. When the time's doing crazy, Zero loudly crying face. Well, he's generally not top 10 anymore. The guy has, I mean, respect to Messi, but the guy has one goal in the league and it's in Liga and it's February. And I was told by Messi fans that he was gonna like destroy Uber Eats. So there you go. I think it's Newcastle have to vote for the club. Yep, okay. Departures mentioned included could be a blessing in disguise. So with fewer players available to afford, I might be able to build something by, and that is true. And that is true. No Martial, no, not that Martial were playing anyway. It just be interesting what the lineup is. I would suspect that it would either be between Rashford. I suspect that Alanga's effectively will be the left wing, so that's solidified now. Ronaldo obviously will be there, or obviously between Cavani, and then it's where the right wing gets interesting now because you presume it'll be Sancho with Lingard staying. With Rashford there, that could be where things could alternate as well. So yeah. Do I see? Shout out to Chainsaw as well, man. Tuchmani, Mbappe, Pro Torres. I want no less in the summer season. Where's the Real Madrid now? Fair enough. Chainsaw, being a member, says, "Do you believe believe United brand is damaged beyond repair?" I assume you're referring to the Greenwood incident. I don't think so because I don't think that because that's not on Manchester United. I guess that's on the individual, the player. Unless if you're talking about that, if you're talking about just everything regarding Manchester United, no, because Manchester United, whatever people think regarding trophies and stuff, is a global brand. It's a massive global brand, in Africa, in Asia, in China, etc. And at least for the time being, anyway, it's generates so much revenue that it's just going to be like that for a while, for better or worse. With all the deals falling through January, I feel it'll be a bumper summer. Don't get your hopes up, Reddit. And shout out to Devil Weekly as well, by the way, guys. Please head over and subscribe to his channel, man. Please support him as well. By everything from management to players in the competition getting too far ahead. Fans are divided too. Yeah, bro. I mean, like I said, this club is dead right now. It's really, really dead. And it's interesting because I said going into this, I didn't think we are going to sign anybody. And it's going to be interesting when the league starts again that people are going to think, oh, yeah, like what are United's fans' actual, what's their motivation for the rest of the season? Because the way I see it is that we're not being strengthened. So they will probably, there's no motivation. There's no motivation for us the season. We're not in a title race. When 2 cup competitions. And so this is where you're going to have to really rely on the likes of Ronaldo and senior players to really try and galvanize this team. You know what I mean? Shout out to Narman, fellow member, both for Chainsaw and Bike, guys. If you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a member. We are doing weekly member hangouts where we just talk about all things, as well as various other benefits. So please consider joining, becoming a member. It would mean a lot. We may hope you well. Just finished the stream. I'm done with Maisie. Fair enough, bro. If you want to come on, man, the link's in the description. So much trying to with fan pressure as the options are reduced. It's true. I do business as a living and study it. Time has changed. The brand image now matters more than... No, I agree. I do agree. I think the brand image definitely does matter. It's just it's I don't know. I think it's also an age thing as well, in that like demographic wise, a lot of the younger, at least maybe it's the way that I see it, but a lot of the, like, it's like what Fino Perez said, that a lot of young people coming into the game are not as interested in football as they once were. So the demographic of United fans is that kind of middle to late 20s / older that still remember United's heyday, and they still got that. The younger fans are kind of either not interested or maybe following the likes of Man City or PSG type of thing. What's this? PSG just lose to Nice in a shootout. what? Oh, let me. What happened? That's breaking. What happened? What happened? Can someone explain to me what happened with PSG and what competition that was? What can someone explain what happened, man? Right, let me just bring in Ed Woodward in the background, man. Let me just get my graphics to change. Let's get that in. So, time to bring in. Sorry, 1 second. Actually, ignore me for 1 second. I'm bringing in 1 second. I've made a mistake. 2 seconds. Actually, no, I know what I'm doing now. Right. Okay. So, Ed Woodward, man.
Hello.
How you doing?
Can you hear me?
Why are you on this channel, man? What, Ed?
See, this is my last day, so gotta go out with a bang.
I know, man, but I mean, you've kind of finished this club, bro.
Oh, we had some good times.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
What were the good times there, man? What were the good times?
Remember Falcao, Di Maria, Ibrahimovic, Pogba?
I remember Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic was good, man. Ibrahimovic had a good one season. But I mean, everyone else you're talking about, it's questionable, man.
Bro, I brought the American owners, man.
Why are we in a worse position than we were when you came into the club? That's what I want you to answer.
I'm gonna leave that to the new CEO, so he can answer that.
I mean,
but
what? So Ed, just what is it that you want? Like, what do you want to tell us and the people that are listening to the stream?
So, since it's my last day, I just want to say thank you for all the memories that you've given to me. I will forever cherish them. I didn't appreciate the attack on my house 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate.
That was a bit out of order, but I just want to say that I deeply apologize for bringing the American owners through, because I know every blame was put on me.
Do you see this comment? Do you see this comment, man? Do you see
Yes.
this comment?
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
Just so you're aware of that, man. Just so you're aware. Just so you're aware.
He's just a hater, man. He doesn't understand the business.
I mean, there's a lot of hate in the United community right now. Like,
dude, if he saw the money that I make, he wouldn't be hating, bro. That's all I gotta say,
Okay. I mean, do you have any thoughts on everyone out on just where United go from here, or anything else? Or you, I mean, Mo says, thank you for everything. I mean, for me, thanks is a very strong word. But
you're welcome, man. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Is can you explain what you're doing with the Super League and how that worked?
You see, the Super League, that's just in limbo right now. But when Papa Perez gets his transfers through, in a few years' time, me, Papa Perez, and Laporta himself, we're gonna do a collaboration.
Okay.
And then get the Super League back on track.
Is this legal collaborations?
Sorry.
Is this legal collaborations? Because
yeah, definitely.
Is it
legal?
Of
course. Okay. Anything can be made legal with money.
Okay. Can you do me a favor? Is it possible that you could go to Chelsea Football Club or Liverpool or City or any one of those clubs and manage their finances and their players? Is that possible for you to do? Can you do that?
You see, the problem is
I'm hearing Barcelona needs someone as well. That's what I was told as well.
You see, the thing is, those clubs are actually run well. So if I submit my resume, they will reject. I get rejected instantly.
I mean, it's a risk we're willing to take, man. Ed, it's a risk we're willing to take. So I think it's worth taking that risk.
I can try and go to Arsenal.
I mean, Arsenal's a good shout, man. So I don't know whether they're going to be with their people any longer, and they're probably. And we saw this news with Aubameyang and what's going on, man. So SMB says, well, I don't know what's going on either. Apparently, Ed is stopping by, man. I mean, no, says Ed, thank you for ruining Manchester United.
No problem, man.
Sincerely, I've got a lot of Liverpool fans watching me, so and shout out to them, because shout out to support of Noah and Chains and other in fact, there's probably more non-United fans watching me than there are United fans. So you know what? Shout out to you guys, because at the end of
No
the day,
worries, man. And to the Liverpool fan, I'm gonna try and make United go without a Premier League for another 30 years.
well, you're not going to be
So,
at the club for that long. You're not going to be at the club for that long.
well,
Well, thank you.
with the
Thank,
foundations that I built,
thank you. Thank you for joining for the stream. And do you have any final thoughts before, I give you the red card and kick you off?
I just want to say, thanks for all the memories. I hope I'll be welcome at United again.
Okay.
Free tickets and all that.
Okay.
So
what you
hook me up.
what you want. Bye bye, Ed. Bye bye, Ed. Bye bye bye. You take care. Bye bye. That was Ed Woodward, everybody, man. Shout out to Led Ludward for contributing to destroying Manchester United. Yeah, I mean, it's like shout out to Agent Rafa, by the way. I don't know what it is. Liverpool have these spies. Someone told me that like Richard Arnold, who is now going to replace Ed Woodward, is the father of Trent Alexander-Arnold. Like, can someone explain that to me? Basically, the father of Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's a massive Liverpool fan, is gonna be I don't know. Fair shout out to Liverpool, man. They've sent sleeper agents to destroy United from the inside, and then they sent what's his name, Agent Rafa, to Everton, and they're battling relegation. So respect Liverpool. You don't necessarily need money to destroy your rivals. You just need sleeper agents. So respect Liverpool, man. Respect. We can go to some discussion. By the way, guys, said if you want to come on, the link should be in the description. I'll post the link again so we can discuss transfers. But I'll just quickly basically just review just a few things. So the first thing is United's transfers, basically. So Martial, Ahmad, and Van der Beek. And if there is any breaking transfer news on last week, just please let me know, guys, in the chat if there's anything breaking. But I mean, this is the first thing to discuss really, is that Martial, Ahmad, and Van der Beek. I mean, basically, these are Manchester United's outgoings, effectively. Lingard and Phil Jones were potentially part of that, but I think Phil Jones refused to go to Bordeaux, and Lingard has been forced to stay, from what we hear. So the major outgoings on loan, all loan out deals are Martial, Ahmad, and Van der Beek. Or when Martial, obviously, to Sevilla, which I think is a very good move for Sevilla. I think they'll benefit from that move a lot. Ahmad, who's obviously gone to Rangers, I think he'll get a lot of good game time. He even scored, I think, on his debut to Rangers. So I think that was pretty good for him. And Van der Beek to Everton. I'd be very curious to see. Now, obviously, Lampard is obviously the manager of that. Was a new January signing for Everton. Everton are effectively a relegation team right now. The irony is that we couldn't beat a relegation team at Old Trafford, but it is what it is. Everton I just don't know where they just seem to struggle against the mid to low tier teams. But it'll be interesting to see how Frank Lampard uses Van der Beek, and will Van der Beek's form allow him to? I mean, this is the thing going in. I mean, what I will say about United is I hope these players do well, but the summer is going to be very interesting because fundamentally, I don't want to spend too much time on United transfers because it's a dead club at the moment in time. We have a situation where Lingard, Pogba are basically going to leave for free. We obviously know the Greenwood situation. Cavani's gone. So you're losing basically one. Obviously, Greenwood's gone. Lingard's gone. Cavani's gone. Pogba's gone. Mata is gone, I think, as well. All of those 4 or 5 forwards potentially gone, completely gone. And you don't even know whether Van der Beek might still be here, whether Ronaldo still might be here, depending on how they're treated. So it's going to be a massive, massive summer, Manchester United. And I'm just curious to see how they're going to go about it. Is the fact that Pogba goes means that Van der Beek is going to finally get more game time? Are we going to rely on youth heavily for the forwards? I.e., is Ahmad basically going along to Rangers so that he kind of steps up? Are we going to see more Sancho? It's a big mess right now. There's a lot of outgoings, and you just don't know what's going to happen with this football club. But fundamentally, these were the 3 outgoings. I wish them all the best. It'll be interesting to see how they do, especially Van der Beek, Ahmad, and Martial. I'll certainly be taking a look at Scottish football to see how Ahmad does, because I do think Ahmad has a lot of potential in particular. Martial, I think, will probably leave. Martial's gone. Martial will leave at the end of the season, I think, along with Lingard. And Van der Beek, well, we'll basically see what happens. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, PSG are. So wait, was this the Spanish? Was this the Spanish Cup? Sorry, not Spanish Cup. Obviously, French Cup. Let's have a look. What was that? Was it the French Cup? What round was it? Oh, it was the round of 16, and Nice beat them in the round of 16. So, so basically, no treble for PSG, I guess. No treble for PSG. It is what it is. There you go. Listen. I was told that Messi was going to come to league and dominate. That's what I was told. He was going to come to league. They were going to win everything. He was going to have 70 goals. And I just didn't see it. It just didn't see it. They went to pens, 5-4 after 7 pens. I wonder who missed the penalty. Please tell me Mbappe wasn't the one that missed the penalty. Please tell me, man. Messi performed another bad game. Yeah, French Cup, LSG. Let Dante score for. Oh, let's give one. Yep, that's been done. Like the because yep, appreciate change. Saw Mo says himself, thank you for everything. Oh yeah, this is our Greenwood stuff. Respect to this man from a Liverpool fan. Mo says we're building a statue right next to Denise, man. Nathaniel, thank you for joining us. Says big up Red Devil, bro, man. Appreciate it, guys, and thanks everyone for tuning in. Remember to like the vid, share, and subscribe to Red. We just that is something before. The one positive thing was that the channel did get past 3K subscribers. I think it was last week. 3K subscribers. Thank you so much, Richard. 3K. I still have to do something for that, some video, something, just to sort of say thanks to you guys and thanks for the support. Like, I'm still a small channel relative to others, and like I said, I am going to be going in a direction of trying to do a lot more non-Manchester United stuff because I'm a football fan first. But I just want to say thanks to everyone, and hopefully this year we'll see a few changes and stuff, and you'll see a lot more. Firstly, I'll be doing some AFCON semi-final watch long, so stay tuned for that. He's doing an inside job, man. Yeah, a lot of people and when John Henry got his FSG stage as part. Yeah, I agree. John Henry, man, is a funny man. Personally, happy that Lingard isn't going due to Vignesh, you're right. The squad depth for United would be absolutely would be decimated, absolutely decimated if Lingard didn't go. But at the end of the day, he's going in the summer. And this is what I said at the start, is that like at the end of the day, he's going. But who's going to be replacing him? Because we're going to be losing at least 2-3 forwards if you include Mata. No, 4. Cavani, Greenwood. Okay, Mata's gone, Martial's gone, Lingard's gone, Cavani's gone, and obviously Greenwood. So we've lost 5 forwards. They've got to be replaced. Are they going to be replaced? I don't know. That's the big thing. Who is in charge of the outgoings? I suspect it's going to be Darren Fletcher. Also aligning new players, we can get breakout like Rush. Well, we can't rely on youths heavily though, and this is the thing. It's a mix of youth and experience. Look at Liverpool. Liverpool have youth, but they're signing Luis Diaz. They're signing experience. They're signing for the future. What are United doing? Putting too much pressure on academy players to basically fill in because of the board's incompetence is wrong, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know who Chris can go. You're here. Who's that? Bagpies do left to watching some Scotch. Bagpie studio, man. Well, bagpies, lagpies, magpies, man, is magpies is having a lot of a much better. I think Newcastle arguably there's a lot more to be excited about for the future. And I think if you're a Newcastle fan, things looking good because there's a plan, there's a future, there's a direction, there's something coming forward. United, it's just downhill, man. I know United will not sign players. A border joke. I hate the Glazers. I'd want them out as well, bro. But this is the thing, man. This is the thing. They're gonna speak here soon. Congrats on the Red Devil 5K too. Yeah, man. You know, my goal this year would be to reach. If I could reach 5K subscribers this year by the end of this year, that would be an amazing goal. And hopefully 10K the following year. But 5K subscribers if I can. But I need your support. I need you guys subscribing. I need you guys sharing. It would mean a lot, man. It would mean a lot. And keep with the good work. Thanks, Ilya, man. You've been a long time subscriber as well, man. So I appreciate it, bro. But we are finished club. Red Devil, why does Prime System get the most respect? I'm a more complete forward than Messi. Messi's the most complete forward. I don't know. I think it's recency bias. If I'm perfectly honest, I think it's actually just recency bias and people hating. That's what I would say. Right, let's quickly move on. I'll come to but let's just quickly look at just some of the other transfers now. Now, I think the big news, and I'm going to just quickly share because I've been following Fabrizio quite a bit. So I'm going to just let me have a look. React to Fabrizio's stream. Not Fabrizio's stream, just Fabrizio Romano in general. Let's have a look. Because that would be the easiest way would be to literally look at Fabrizio's Twitter page and then basically just look at each of the stories. So right, so hopefully everyone can see that now. And I'll just quickly do this. Right. So let's obviously I think I don't know why he's pinned the Dele Alli tweet personally, but this is obviously breaking this last thing just half an hour ago. Now Liverpool have basically signed Luis Diaz, and so this guy called, I don't know much about him, it's about Fabio Cavallo to Liverpool, but he's 19 years old. If I recall, he's a midfielder, isn't he? I think he's a midfielder. But right now he'll stay out at Fulham on loan, which is good. So this is again one for the future, and again, it shows that Liverpool can do deals. I can only imagine this type of player under Klopp. I can only imagine it, So we'll see what happens, So let's have a look. Official confirmed. Ronaldo Monte to Atletico Madrid, joins immediately from Leo. If there are any Atletico Madrid fans or Liga fans, please let me know. What do you guys think of this guy? Do you think that this will strengthen? Because Atletico Madrid versus Manchester United, man, that is a big game in the CL. And it's advantage Atletico Madrid, if I'm perfectly honest. I think Atletico Madrid could do one over on City. So does this player strengthen Atletico Madrid and strengthen their chances going forward? Let me know. I'm just going to bring in Mike. Mike, bro, how you doing?
I'm doing good. First time I'm ever on here. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate it. And I know you've got a YouTube channel as well, man. So for those who are watching, please head over to Mike. I think it's Michael Talks Football. Is that correct?
Yeah, Michael Talks Football, yes.
Guys, head over, man. Subscribe to his channel and show him some love and show him some support, man. I'm always keen on supporting and promoting other fellow YouTubers. So if you're listening in the chat, please head over to Michael's channel, subscribe and support him, show him some love. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. If you don't know, I'm actually a Liverpool fan, but I'm not going to come on here and, clown Man United because I think, Twitter does that.
Bro, what's weird is that like most of the people that watch me right now are Liverpool fans.
Oh, really?
You know, like I'm not like most of my audience are non-Manchester United fans, man, and I've got more Liverpool fans, you know, than I do. So there you go. It shows that I'm a reasonable guy, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You're not like a, too reactionary, which I like, and
Yeah.
you're not reasonable. You understand that, United are going through deep shit at the moment,
Yeah.
and I could easily come on here and, clown your club, but like seriously, I don't know what to say about United at the moment. This is not the club that I remember all my friends who are Man United fans just clowning me for being a Liverpool fan, and that we're in the deep shit, we're in the mud all the time, and now it's kind of roles reversed for United. And I just want to get from your point of view, like, because you sold all your players are gone, right? And now you're left with 4 attacking players in 3 positions. So how does that make you feel?
I mean, how do you feel? You know what I mean? Like, what do you know? There's like, it's just a joke. It's just what it's like. It's like I said at the start of the stream that, like, I didn't expect United to sign anybody because they do that. And to be honest, I just feel for Ralph, because like he was promised support. He's not going to get anything, and it's like I don't really know what the. I think the thing here is that what exactly is the plan? Is the plan to because Ralph is an interim coach? If the plan is to be like, listen, we just want this guy to stabilize things until the summer, and then we're going to just get a completely different coach in. Ralph goes, whatever it is, then fair enough. At least communicate that to the fans so they know what is happening. But right now, United are in a sort of a limbo where it's like, okay, Ralph is interim, but is he going to be permanent? Is he going to go into his consultancy role? Who is going to be the next manager of Manchester United? Are they going to get backing? What's going to happen? Is this going to be a rebuild? Because the new manager is going to need us. So are they holding off signing anyone in January because they want to appoint a new manager in the summer and therefore get tons of backing? Is that the plan? Or is the plan to just give it to someone who can just try and salvage something? It's very unclear what the plan for Manchester United is right now, and I genuinely believe that they hope that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to work, and so because it didn't work, there is no plan. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Like, I feel like with United, ever since Sir Alex has left, it's always been kind of like a short term. You thought you're going to go into a long-term plan, but it's always been short term. We bring in new players. So I think for United, the best thing is for you guys is to just get a manager with good tactics that knows what he's doing, and I think that can really develop the young players. And there's been a lot of bad news around United in the last couple of days, of course, as well, with the whole situation with Greenwood, so that doesn't help them whatsoever. But with this squad, and with Tottenham getting better, Arsenal kind of digressing with selling all of their players almost as well, do you think you guys can still get top 4? Because you have a very tough schedule at the end of the season. Let's not forget about that. You still got to play City. You still got to play away to Liverpool. You still got to play Chelsea at home. You still got to play Arsenal away. You got Tottenham at home. So you have a lot of big games with the squad now that is a little bit more depleted. So how tough is it going to be now to get top 4?
I it's going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult, and really, United getting top 4 is going to be based on how all the other teams do. West Ham, I think, will fall off. I don't think West Ham are going to be an issue. Likewise with Leicester. So really, you're looking at the top 4 rivals of being Chelsea, Arsenal, and Spurs. The situation Arsenal and Spurs and Chelsea is quite interesting because they themselves have their own issues. Obviously, Chelsea, there's the whole Lukaku saga. There's some stuff going on with Tuchel. There's unrest and stuff like that. So there's clearly things going on in the background. Arsenal have had this Aubameyang thing. Now, to be fair, they do look like they've been playing better, but recent games, there's still this element of indiscipline amongst Arsenal, like to have Xhaka red cards, Partey red cards, and so on. So, and Spurs, it's Spurs. So it's United getting top 4 is not so much contingent on, to be honest, United's performances. It's more so contingent on how the other teams do. I, you know, I don't think that Arsenal and Spurs are going to be particularly consistent themselves. I think they'll have their own issues. Chelsea, I think Chelsea will still probably seal top four. I think they should, but again, I still see them dropping points, etc. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but I think they should still just about do it. And as I think someone mentioned in the chat that sometimes actually having less players is better because you can at least start to build some chemistry for the team. Okay, this is the same starting 11 that's going to play pretty much every single game, and this is how it's going to work. And you're now going to see whether the likes of Ronaldo, for example, and Cavani and a few of the other senior members of the team, whether they can actually show leadership and actually guide this club through its current crisis, or whether they're just going to hide and do nothing.
Yeah, it's going to be a interesting battle for top four. Obviously, as a Liverpool fan, I hope United don't get it, but you got one of the best players in the world still.
I hope you didn't get. I hope you wouldn't have got it last season. It's the feeling is mutual. We should.
Yeah, of course.
We should have beaten you at Old Trafford last season. And then we didn't, and we basically you got top four because of that. Well, actually, no, you got top four because of that header from Alisson against what team was it? Brighton?
West Brom.
West Brom. It was West Brom. Yeah, it was West Brom. So shout to that. So, but I mean, even just as because obviously we're United to a side, because to be honest, I don't want to talk much about that dead club anymore. I want to talk about other teams, and obviously I've got Fabrizio's tweet next to me about Fabio Cavallo. He is going on loan back to Fulham. But what about this Diaz guy, Luis Diaz? Well, what are your thoughts about that? Do you think that this is a signing that you think can actually help Liverpool potentially even push City for the title? Potentially go deep into the Champions League? Like, what are your thoughts?
I think the Luis Diaz is a fantastic signing. I think the guy is just an absolute baller. Will he start? No, because we still got Sadio Mane, and Sadio Mane is he's I think regressing in his like consistency as a player, but Luis Diaz is going to push Sadio Mane. And now if Sadio Mane is not performing, you bring on a world-class player. Well, not a world-class player, I should say, but a lethal threat off the bench in Luis Diaz. And I mean, he has shown in the last 2 years that he's a goal scorer. He'll take on players. The problem with him, at least, watching him a couple of times in Copa America and for Porto, is he dribbles a little bit too much. As much as I want players to dribble, he dribbles a bit too much. But we have Jurgen Klopp, and you know what Jurgen Klopp does. He makes players 100 times better than what we purchased them for. So maybe he'll be an 80 million player in the next couple of years with Jurgen Klopp. So I think this is a fantastic signing. I think Liverpool were pushed to make the signing because of Spurs, and they're like, okay, you know what? We got to do it right now, or else we're not going to get the guy. And then now, obviously, getting the Fabio Carvalho today from Fulham. I have never seen him, so I can't say too much about him. But I think it's been a really good window from Liverpool when I'm thinking we're going to sign absolutely nobody. I'm still going to be pissed off at FSG.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, like, a lot of Liverpool fans going to us were like, we're cussing FSG, saying FSG doesn't care, don't do it, etc. I mean, because they're not spending tons of money and so on. Is this a win for FSG? So are Liverpool fans satisfied? I mean, is this enough?
It's enough for me, at least in January. What would have made it like a 10 out of 10 sort of transfer window would have been a midfielder, just because Thiago and Naby Keita are made out of glass and they can never stay healthy for God knows how long. They play for a week and they're out for 3 weeks each and every time, those two players. But I think a midfielder would have been good for just a bit more cover, because I do not want to see that midfield partnership of Milner and Henderson ever again. Just never again, please. But I think we can definitely. I think we can win the League Cup. I think we can definitely win that against Chelsea. Yeah. I think we're favorites heading into that game. Champions League, I mean, we got Inter, and Liverpool fans might think it's going to be easy. I mean, Inter are top of the Serie A for a reason. They're a very, very good team. So I'm worried about that a little bit, but I still think Liverpool should get through that. Now, the Premier League, we got to just keep being consistent and put pressure on City. But City, man, and once Pep gets a lead in the league, it's over. Unfortunately, most of the time. But I hope I'm wrong, because I think Liverpool can seriously do something the rest of this year. I really do think so. And if we can get 2 trophies of like a Champions League or a Premier League alongside a League Cup, maybe even add a FA Cup, I think it's been a really, really good season because we know Jurgen Klopp does not care about domestic cups whatsoever.
No, exactly. And the fact that, like, you're in an EFL final. Oops, sorry, check that out. The fact that you beat in the EFL kind of for the first time in goodness knows how long. I mean, the quadruple still on.
It is.
The quadruple is still on. So Liverpool are in all 4 competitions, in the EFL, in the FA Cup, in the Champions League, and in Premier League. So it's possible. I don't want it to happen, obviously. So, but it's possible. And when you think about it, if you just get through, if you beat Inter, obviously City are probably going to beat. Is it Sporting they've got? I can't remember.
Yeah, Sporting. Yeah,
Sporting. Chelsea are probably going to beat Lille. You'd think anyway. United are probably not going to beat Atletico Madrid. So you're now in the quarterfinal, and suddenly, with the teams that are left there, really, it's probably only going to be likes of Bayern Munich and either one of PSG or one of PSG and Madrid. I personally think probably Madrid will probably go for a PSG, but I could be wrong. Those are the only teams that really Liverpool have got to think about. So yeah, anything could happen, man.
How would you rate this signing for Liverpool, Luis Diaz?
Oh, very good signing. Very, very, very good signing. And like at the end of the day, like it's more the fact of who Klopp is as a manager. So I'm saying it's a very good signing because I know that this guy's got potential, and Klopp can improve this player. If this was I don't know, Mourinho signing him, you'd be like, well, it's a good signing, but we'll kind of see what happens, type of thing. But with Klopp as the manager, you're like, okay, no, this is much like I did with Jota, where I was like, okay, no, this is a good sign because you could see what Klopp could do with Jota as a player. But
because you could argue that the only big signing for Liverpool that's gone wrong is Naby Keita, but that's because of injuries.
I wouldn't even say it was wrong because at the end of the day,
not wrong, but just like it's gone bad, a little bit bad.
Sometimes you have to have a risk, So like a player can still have that like quality and potential, but as you said, they can fight with injuries, etc. I mean, if we're talking Liverpool flop signings, I mean, I guess it have to be like earlier on, so people like what's his name, Ricky Lambert and stuff like that.
But that was under Brendan Rodgers, those sort of signings. Balotelli, Benteke, they were all.
Was Klopp signing for some reason.
It was Brendan Rodgers. It was still Brendan Rodgers. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of. I mean, is Minamino a flop?
I mean, we never thought he was going to be like a starter for us. He was more of a squad player, and we only bought him because he bought against Liverpool in the Champions League for RB Salzburg, and we're like, let's just get him.
He did. Let me quickly get into some of those comments as well. And we're going to actually talk about Aubameyang as well if we want, because I think Aubameyang. In fact, let me just quickly get that. Up because Aubameyang. The Aubameyang for me, that was the surprise of the January transfer window. I don't know if you disagree. Van der Beek leaving United wasn't but Aubameyang. I'll just scroll. Where is it? Aubameyang. Ousmane Dembele staying at Barcelona.
Yeah,
Ousmane Dembele staying at Barcelona. That's not no surprise to anyone. Yeah, Patrick. Yeah, well. He's undergoing his medicals. Right. Okay. Let me quickly just see some of his comments and we'll go. Someone says, can't go as a Man U fan who comes to Roy Milan's trying to talk about Manchester United. I'm just wanting to know if he's here as a real fan or a faker. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. There are a lot of Manchester United fans that should go to. I'll be honest, channel. What's it called again? Rossoneri TV. Hopefully this week or next, actually. Also, isn't the defense also being sold to our defense? I don't think so. Although Phil Jones, well, you're talking about Eric Bailly. No, Eric Bailly looks like Eric Bailly's staying. It looks like that Eric Bailly to Milan stuff just sort of disappeared for some reason. PSG lose cup. PSG's finished. I mean, God. The only thing I would say is that I was told he was going to destroy Ligue 1 by Messi fans.
That's what I was told as well.
So one goal and we're in February. I mean, that's not good, to be honest. it's. I'm not saying that. I know he's judged based on the Champions League, but that's not good. Like,
it's not good. But if he delivers that Champions League, he is a god.
People
in
won't
Paris.
care. I know. It's just, but if he doesn't, if he gets knocked out by Real Madrid in the round of 16, like surely this has to be a flop season.
100%.
Surely, like if people are going to give Ronaldo, then he's at least on double digits when it comes to goals in the league, then you have to. Surely, I don't understand it. Now this is breaking news. Rumors that Luca's going live and a massive amount of income because Arsenal has signed nobody. That's a lie. That's a lie, Niall. Arsenal have signed someone. They've signed that Austin Trust guy.
Because it's trust the process. Trustee.
To be honest, what's funny about that is that the dude is basically he's basically a player that plays for the Kroenkes American MLS team.
Yeah, Colorado Rapids. You know what's funny? Actually, I support them as well when I go to America.
Right. I mean, I can't even hate because at the end of the day, at least they signed somebody, even if it was from a parent team. United didn't sign anybody. United actually ended the transfer window in a worse position than they started. That's how bad United are. At least Arsenal, you could make an argument that because Aubameyang, to be honest, has not really been involved, not been great this season anyway, and they've signed a defender who could strengthen them. United are actually in a. How do you start a transfer window in a worse situation than you were when you left it?
Doesn't make any sense to me.
It makes zero sense. Van der Beek, Martial, I want to go Greenwood, but not said. But you we're in a worse situation. It's strange, man. So look, one deal now, one deal for the future. We're on club exactly, and that's talking about Liverpool SC. Change the subscribe to Michael. There you go, now subscriber, bro.
Thank you very much, Chainsaw. Thank you very much.
Atleti are so bad, but so are United. Well, this is the thing. Like the Atleti United game is going to be probably one of the most boring games probably ever.
No, it won't be. You know why? Because both teams defensively are just shockingly bad. Like if you have Atleti this year, they are so bad defensively.
Yeah.
And you got CR7, and he loves scoring against Atleti. You know he's going to score at least 3 goals.
If I see Varane and Bailly in that defense, then I'm fine. I'm confident because I love Eric Bailly, Varane and stuff like that. They've got the pace, recovery. They'll be fine. You have those two, and then you play a midfield of Matic. Pogba will probably be back for that game as well. So you probably will play. Well, you'll probably play McTominay and Pogba and Bruno, whatever. I don't know how we play it, but as long as Varane and Bailly are in that centre back, but then I'm not worried. The issue that I have is that the defense is not going to be Varane or Bailly or either any one of them. It's going to be Maguire and Lindelof. So if that's the defense, it's game over to United.
Just one thing: don't let Eric Bailly take penalties ever again. After what I saw in the AFCON, man tried to do a no-look penalty in the round of 16. Are you kidding me?
To be fair to the defender, if it wasn't for his defending the whole entire game, I don't think.
He was excellent defensive wise. He was excellent.
They wouldn't have even gotten to the penalty shootout if he hadn't defended the way he did. I was very surprised that Ivory Coast Cote d'Ivoire didn't actually manage that game better. But then again, Nigeria, brick African country of the tournament, to be honest. So we'll probably talk about Nigeria in a later stream and how overrated the team is. 90 minutes left. Oh well, it's 11 o'clock. It's done. It's closed. It's closed now. It's completely closed. Let me just quickly check. Was there anyone announced just in the last few minutes that's?
I'm on my phone, so I can't really check.
I'm gonna just quickly check Fabrizio, but as from what I can see, all I've got is Islam Slimani signed for Sporting.
That's a funny one because he used to play for Sporting as well.
And Dan Burn. So Magpies are like this. Dan Burn joins Newcastle from Brighton on a 2.5-year contract. He's the defender.
Magpie Studio would be happy.
He's a lot happier than I am right now, man. So in fact, I'm very tempted to join him at Newcastle. I'm just having an eye out. I'm just watching and seeing what's going on, and then because at the end of the day, like it's ambition. At the end of the day, it's ambition. Chainsaw says the United future is not bright without top 4. I agree. Someone says, "What's Chelsea? I only know London Blues." All the other teams still have to play them too. We have a good run at the end, so if we don't make top 4, Ralph is very miserable, and that's a fair point, I think. Although,
yeah, that's a fair point.
Ralph is inheriting a difficult situation. Let's put it that way. So it's, yeah, I like to think that it's doable, but you never know as well. Champions League, who knows as well? If United do beat Atletico Madrid, and they get a decent semi-final opponent, you don't know. You just don't know. As long as they avoid Bayern Munich, somehow avoid Bayern Munich, Real Madrid.
so everybody.
You know, Liverpool. The thing is, it's weird. Like, I don't on a one-off games. I don't mind Manchester City or like one-off games. Liverpool, I'll have to avoid Liverpool, Bayern, and either PSG or Madrid. Well, actually, I don't say that. I wouldn't mind PSG for some reason. There's something about the nightmare in Paris that always gives me hope against PSG playing them at Paris, because we did.
PSG are the biggest bottle jobs in the Champions League.
We beat them. We've beaten them twice. I don't think. Yeah, both times we went to Paris, we won. They beaten us at Old Trafford, but we actually beat them at home both times. You know, so
yeah.
Similar small, of course, better. I think all the best teams have had main level. Exactly, that's true. Shout out to Devils United and shout out to Maisie, man. Thank you for joining, Maisie. Appreciate it. And head over to subscribe to the channel. Maisie hosts some of the previews as well, so she'll be doing a preview on this channel for the Atletico Madrid game as well. So stay tuned for that. So just a look. I'll just see. Red Devil, Chelsea flopped hard this season. It's still a bit early. I think if they're still obviously in the FA Cup, and if they go far in the Champions League, you might necessarily say it's a flop. But I guess you could say it's a flop in that they were expected to compete for the title. United were expected to compete for the title as well, and in that instance, you can make a case that they flopped. I think. Gents, I think it will happen, but a treble, not a quadruple. Okay. So Chainsaw is confident as a Liverpool fan. Treble loading. Damn. I know one man who happens to run a different channel, who definitely thinks, who thought anyway, that Chelsea would get a treble, but that remains.
Yeah, we won't discuss about that.
That remains to be seen. So who knows, man? Who knows? Back by Studio versus Back by Studio. I like to see that in a fight. And then Chelsea versus Manchester CSL. Well, you never know. It might be the same. It might be the same. If he flops to PSG, we're 100% getting him. I like Poch. If he flops, we should. Oh, so basically, if that's a fair point actually, because if PSG do get knocked out of the Champions League in the round of 16, does Poch get sacked? And if Poch gets sacked, there's a very good chance that Pochettino will probably go to Manchester United, I suspect.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You know, and that will pave the way for Zidane to go to PSG. And then I think if Zidane goes to PSG, then I'd be worried about PSG, because I think Zidane as a player is the only type of player or person that those PSG players would respect. Those are the comments on, but I'll put another poll in the chat in a second. But just on your thoughts quickly, Mike, Aubameyang, and this whole saga that just literally came out of the blue, where he's literally just Arsenal just let him go. Like, what are your thoughts on this? Like, it's just strange, isn't it?
It's so strange. The gold Lamborghini is coming to Barcelona. Unbelievable. Red Devil, would you have ever imagined Adama Traore, Ferran Torres, and Aubameyang at Barcelona back in August when Messi left? I would have said, I want what you're drinking. I want the same thing, because you got some crazy ideas, and it's actually happened. I cannot wait to see how this is going to work out. Barcelona might be the most fascinating team the rest of this season, to be honest, because how is Xavi going to put all these pieces together? And then for Aubameyang, I think this is the best thing for him. It was never going to work at Arsenal anymore. Clearly there's something with Xavi. I mean, not Xavi, excuse me, with Arteta that they just don't like each other anymore. And it was just best for both parties. Hey, you know what? Let's just terminate this. We're going to see it on Amazon Prime and see how it's going to go down. And let's hopefully Arteta doesn't say the no to it, because, you know, he could have some power and say, don't show it on Amazon. But Amazon would be like, screw you. We want the viewership and we want the money. So we're going to show it. But I think for Barcelona, you know, why not take it? I think he's going to get a lower salary as well. I think he's only going to be on 100,000 a week, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to be on significant lower salary. So
yeah, but I mean, it's like I don't know who paid the remainder of his contract.
It must have been him. It has to have been him.
If he did, then it's fine. If Barcelona did, then like
shady shit again.
You know, it's good, because he was on a ridiculous. He was on 300 plus K a week at Arsenal. So if Barcelona had paid the remainder of his contract, then to be honest, I can see why he took a 100K pay cut, because he's still technically going to be getting his 300. I think it's 300K or 350K.
Yeah, 300K. I think it's 300,000 a week.
Yeah. He's still going to get that for at least the remainder of this year and next year, and then he'll then get. You kind of see what I'm saying? So like, So unless Aubameyang paid it himself back to Arsenal, if that didn't happen, oh bro, the guy's if anything, he's making more money, because he's getting that and he's also getting the 100K. But you know, I guess we'll see with it. But does this put Arsenal in a better or worse position? I guess
worse, 100% worse. They're stuck with Lacazette and Nketiah. They have 3 goals this season. Are you kidding me?
they've got Martinelli as well, don't they not? I mean, that's a possibility.
Well, yeah, but a striker, and what you need a striker to score the goals. I understand, you know, Martinelli, Saka, they get the goals for Arsenal as well. But I know Aubameyang has been struggling ever since he signed that contract. I wonder why he's been struggling since he signed that contract. I think the money got to him a little bit, and the gold Lamborghini and everything. But I think he's only 30 years old, I want to say. 30 or 31 years old, Aubameyang is.
Aubameyang, he's even in his 30s now.
Yeah, he's in the 30s. So obviously, you know, he's on the downgrade of his career, but he's still a quality finisher of the ball. If you give him a chance, he'll score it. So I think he'll get that sort of service at Barcelona, who'll keep possession of the ball. And he's a pretty good link-up player as well. And I mean, if you're going to counterattack with Adama Traore and Dembele and Aubameyang, I mean, watch out to La Liga. That's all I got to say. Those 3 guys coming at you with pace. Good luck defending that.
All I'm saying is that, like, Barcelona better have that oil, because Adama Traore needs that oil, man. Like, the rub it on the oil around him and like, right, okay, you can't get a hold of me type of thing, you know. So it's going to be. But it's going to be interesting, because you know he was a threat in the Premier League from that pace and going forward and stuff. So it'd be interesting to see how he's handled in La Liga. But I don't know. It's you know, did Aubameyang really contribute to Arsenal's season? If I guess what I'm saying is that, like, how can it be a major loss if Aubameyang hasn't been that great for Arsenal this season?
Because I look at what I see what you mean. Look at what else they have, though. Look what they're left at the striker position for Arsenal. You know, Aubameyang was scoring goals. North London derby, everybody was happy, and then ever since that North London derby, it just seems like there's just something that went on. You know, we discussed it earlier on somebody else's channel that, like, it just seems like there was something in the backroom that we don't know about with this whole scenario between Aubameyang and Arsenal. So maybe, you know, Aubameyang might tear it up at La Liga and say, hey, Arsenal, you should have just kept me, and look what I'm doing here. So who knows? It's just all so up in the air. If I'm a Barcelona fan, am I excited? I mean, why not give it a try? But they're still defensively, they're shockingly bad. They still haven't sorted that out whatsoever. They're going to have to win games 4-3, 5-3. So it's going to even make it more exciting. But yeah, it's just a weird. I would have never guessed this signing. This is the weirdest signing of the transfer window.
You know, but I guess, you know, when you look at obviously what happened with Sergio Aguero, you know, that situation. Obviously, Ansu Fati getting injured again. You know, like, I can see the urgency, and then I think I heard that even Morata was sort of was the first choice, and then that obviously Morata didn't want to go. So I can see the logic, and I can see why it makes sense. So I think they made the right course. So, but we'll just see what happens, and especially he's got a game to prove against Napoli, you know. So, I guess we'll see what happens. I'm just going back to for a bit. Just is there anything? What was the other major? I guess I want to say Van der Beek. Aubameyang was the big thing. Lingard not staying. I can't really think of. I mean, I guess okay. We can talk about it. We can talk about it. We can talk about it because this is Van der Beek. Okay, because I know this is going back to Manchester United transfers again, but everyone knows that Van der Beek has basically been screwed over a fair bit.
A fair bit, yeah.
This transfer one, but since he's come to Manchester United, with Lampard obviously going to Everton and trying to basically keep them up. How do you think Lampard will basically utilize Van der Beek in the right way, especially him? I guess we'll talk about Van der Beek and Dele Alli because he signed both of them. Do you think he'll be able to utilize those players to the best of the potential? Because it sounds. What's surprising about that double signing is that they do play in the same position almost. So how is Lampard going to utilize him?
This is an interesting one. Like I understand the Van de Beek. Like I'm hashtag free Donny, and it's finally happened. I'm very happy for him. I just hope he can perform and shut up Ralph and United because this guy has been done dirty. The dirtiest. I don't know what he did to United to just sit on the bench for 2 minutes a game and just say collect a paycheck. Like he went from being almost a Champions League finalist with Ajax to just sitting on the bench and just looking so sad, like a kid not getting candy after the school week. So I'm happy for Donny. Now with Dele Alli, this doesn't make any sense to me. This transfer whatsoever.
Can you understand it? Oh,
Ooh. Sorry, my back.
No, it was mine.
Go on.
Can you
Go on.
How does the Dele Alli transfer make any sense to you? Like, what does he provide to Everton? And to me, he's kind of washed up. Dele Alli, he had a couple of good seasons, and then after that, it just kind of went downhill for him. So, what do you like? I think the Donny one makes sense because I think he'll become a good player. But what do you think about the Dele Alli one? I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense.
I don't really understand it either, to be honest. I really don't. All I can say is that it's squad depth, maybe. But like I said, Van der Beek and Dele Alli almost play in the same position at times. Van der Beek can play deeper, like he can be a holding midfielder. We've seen that at United, we've seen that at Ajax. But from what I've seen, he's much better in that number 8 role, which at times Dele Alli plays, although he can play further forward as well. I don't know is the answer to the question. I really, really don't know what he adds to this Everton team. And that's why it'd be interesting to see how Lampard uses him, or whether Lampard is just trying to sort of because at the end of the day, we have not seen Lampard managing an Everton game yet. Lampard himself is a January signing in terms of being a new manager. So, this could be intelligent or this could be just vibes. You know what I mean? Like this could be Derby vibes.
I'm feeling some Derby vibes here, but
Derby vibes.
It's like honestly, like Everton are in the mud as well. Like they're in a serious relegation battle at this point. So if Frank Lampard doesn't start off well, Everton could be screwed, because obviously there's some worse teams like Norwich and Watford that are just god awful, and Burnley, and I think Newcastle will be fine, and Magpie Studio will be happy with all the signings they've made. Man, they're looking like Galacticos, Man United with all these signings. Okay, not to the level of Galactico, Real Madrid, but you know what I mean. All the signings they've made making a huge impact. But if Frank Lampard doesn't start well, Everton they're in some deep trouble.
Yeah, no, exactly, and. I've seen the table, and like they're not that, because Everton technically are a relegation rival to Newcastle. They are, they are. So it's. I think what I would say about Everton before we move on is that I do find it funny how no one really talks about the amount of money that Everton have spent in the last 5 years. Definitely in comparison, like Everton have spent way more money in the last 5 years than even Liverpool have. And yet, like, is it because Everton aren't seen as a big club that no one seems to say like this? That no one seems to question how they're run or their managers or anything like that, given the amount of money that they've spent. And then you look at Liverpool, and yeah, I appreciate that they, got Klopp, but Everton aren't shy on sacking their managers. They do that, as they've done this season by sacking. They hired Benitez at the beginning of the season. He got sacked. So Everton sacked their managers. So I don't get why there isn't more tension on the way Everton's run the board, etc., given that they've spent considerably more money than Liverpool and quite a lot of their teams.
I think they've spent like 500 million in the last 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. 500 million, and they're going into a new stadium soon. So where did they get this money from as well? This is what I want to know. 500
million, new stadium, and you're battling relegation. Like, people will cost United the amount that we're spending just to compete for top 4. You're spending similar amounts, and we're not even talking about mid-table or Europa League. We're talking about trying to survive alongside with Brentford. That surely is a disaster. So I don't know, man. It's just, I just find it just strange that, like, it's almost like people just accept that Everton are not a big club, and so regardless of how much money they spend, it's like, well, it is what it is. But it's like, no, you'd expect them to at least be mid-table, at least trying to compete for Europa League, given the sheer amount of money they've spent in comparison to other clubs. So it is what it is. But do you think, I get fundamentally on this question, do you think that Lampard will be a success?
This is a tough one to call, because those last months at Chelsea were diabolical, man, where he just chose favorites, just starting them over and over again, and tactics were wrong and his substitutions were god awful. So it's a difficult one to call, really. I'm not 100% sure with Frank Lampard, because he did well at Derby County, but I don't feel like there was as much pressure as he's going to be under right away with Everton. With Chelsea, he did a good job in the first season. All right, then they started spending money, and then it went downhill. With Everton, okay, you spend some money in the January transfer window, and you got to stay up. That's the main goal, is staying up. And if you don't get off to the right start, you're in the deep shit. You're in the deep shit if you're Frank Lampard at Everton. So I don't really know, to be honest. It's simple as that. You just don't know what's going to happen with Frank Lampard at Everton. It could be a huge success, and he could bring them up to top 10 next season, because I think the main goal for them is just to stay up. I don't think making top 10 is their goal. I think it's just staying up. Next season, maybe making it to a top 10 finish. And if Frank Lampard can do that, then he's gotten some respect from more people after his time at Chelsea, which ended absolutely horribly.
Fair enough. Are there any guys in the chat? Like, I've obviously put a poll saying which thing is the best transfer, but like this season. But is there any major transfer today that is really left to discuss? To be honest, I'm just trying to think, really, because Dele Alli, Van der Beek, Aubameyang, or is it more a question of what didn't happen? I mean, like, what is there any other major things, really? I mean, Spurs, Bentancur to where did he go to? He went to Spurs. I mean, okay, I guess we can talk about Spurs signings. What do people? No, just give me 2 seconds. What do people think about Spurs signings? And do you think that it's going to be enough for them to just switch this? Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So, what do people think about Spurs signings, and do they think it's going to be enough, at least for Conte to stay, or not? Like, what do you think?
So they signed Bentancur and Kulusevski, right? And they got rejected by Luis Diaz and Traore. And they lost. Who did they lose? They lost Ndombele, Brian Hill. Who else did they lose? I'm trying to think. Did they lose anybody else?
Ndombele, Brian Gill. They lost another. Lo Celso?
Yeah, Lo Celso. He went to Villarreal. Yeah. So
I was surprised by that, because Lo Celso bored last season.
He did all last season. But I
He
don't
got
think
him
he's like a
recently.
Conte type of player, you know. I think
Yeah.
Conte wants that sort of box to box sort of midfielder that he had at Inter. Now, I see Spurs fans saying, "Oh, we signed the Uruguayan Pirlo." Have they seen Bentancur? The guy is trash. I'm sorry, he's actually trash. I don't know what. Okay, he can maybe be different under Conte, but seriously, this guy is not good in my opinion whatsoever. Okay,
Yeah.
like I said, Conte is a great manager, and I think he can definitely get the best out of players. But Bentancur, I like the Kulusevski signing though. This guy he's a problem. You know,
Mm.
he is a real problem. When he drives at players, he step overs, has a good left foot. Where do you think Kulusevski is going to play though? Do you think he's going to be like in behind the strikers in the 10 role? Because I don't see him as a right wing back.
I would think that I would say so. Maybe imitating what like Lautaro Martinez in Lukaku situation. Maybe that's what he's going for. I don't know. It's difficult with Conte, to be honest. And also like how he would fit. Well, I guess that's well, yeah. So essentially, he would kind of do. I presume he'd do the Dele Alli role. Is that fair? Is that fair enough to say?
Yeah.
And obviously Dele Alli is obviously gone, so I guess that makes sense. Oh, Ilya's saying what the Fabio deal collapsed. Sorry, I just seen it in the comments. Ilya says Fabio deal collapse. Right? Okay, relax. I know you're a United fan, Ilya, man. I know you're a United fan. Fair enough. Fair enough. They'll just get him in the summer, man. They'll just get him in the summer. That's probably
Yep.
what they'll do. Chainsaw says, peace chat. Red Dog, take care, Chainsaw. Remember, man, I really, really appreciate it, brother, man, and see you tomorrow. I'm quickly getting some of these comments actually. I bet £100 PSG won't win anything with HH. Will I win? Well, they'll win. They win. They'll win the title, won't they? There's no way that they're not going to win the title. So, do you mean like, did you bet that? Did you bet that money in assuming that they weren't going to win the league? I.e., were they going to win like the Champions League, basically? So, if they're not going to win the league, then probably not, because it looks like PSG are like at least 12 points ahead. I think it's definitely 12 points ahead. If Mbappe signs and Vasquez wins another CL, his fourth. Oh man, so yeah, because Lucas Vasquez, man, respect. You know, the man's hustling. You know, he's a right back. Well, he's not a right back, but he's a makeshift right back at times. So you know, allow it. Like I mean, to be honest, if you're a Barca fan, the worry is for Mbappe to sign and then for them to sign Erling Haaland.
Oh God, that would be ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous because they're signing obviously Mbappe on a free. You know, if Madrid sign Mbappe, Pogba, and Haaland, you know, it's just disgusting, man. It'd just be absolutely, you know, you now have, you know, that's the Real Madrid that I fear now, because now you've got Camavinga, Pogba, Mbappe, Haaland, Benzema. I mean, I guess the only thing with the Haaland thing too, which is that Benzema's still good. Benzema for me has still got a good 2, maybe even 3 years left at the highest level. He's just that good. So where is Haaland going to play? Like you can't play Benzema and Haaland in the same team. So I don't know how that would work, basically. So that's the only thing. Will Madrid really go for him in that respect?
And you forgot Vinicius Jr. as well.
Well, it's Vinicius, exactly. You know, so how's that going to work? Are they just going to rotate? What are they going to do? You know, it'll be interesting. I would be very. I know there's a lot of Haaland hype, but I'd be very interested. To be honest, I actually think that Haaland will probably go to Bayern Munich. But even again, Lewandowski's doing well. So you're thinking the only. Where does he go? I don't know. You know, maybe PSG to replace Mbappe. You know, so you have like Messi and thingy on the wings. That's a possibility. I don't know. I don't know. Tries dungeon steroids. I mean, that is a fair point. and Dan James actually he's disappeared, unfortunately. Sandsop General says, breaking news, last minute transfer after Canada's 2-0 win at USA yesterday. Fan to Dansop General's complete transfer to Canada, medical done deal official. So Dansop General, if I recall on my AFCON stream, you were a Sudan fan that then made a transfer to Canada. So I knew that you were a Kingdom fan. So I didn't know that you were a. Wait, you're Canadians. You're going to be a Canadian fan regardless. I don't understand. Unless you're USA man. I thought you're Canada man. Relax. They got Luke De Jong. This is Barcelona. SNB, how are taxes in Spain? Someone told me they are high. Other might have looked at taxes. That's fair. I think they should try Emerson up top was a false line, something and vibes to Arsenal. Yeah, that could work. Mr. Man says, where's Magpie Studio? He's not here. He's busy celebrating his awesome transfer window. And I'm here with you guys being depressed about United's awful transfer window. Mo says best signing is Marshall and Bentancur. And Mo disagrees with you, Mike. He says, what? Bentancur is a baller.
I guess so. I didn't know that.
I guess so. I didn't know that. So is that sort of like...
I do not agree with that whatsoever. I don't think Bentancur is a whatsoever. But hey, everybody has their own opinion.
Oh, your mic is breaking up a little bit. Are you there? Are you there, Mike?
Hello?
Are you there? Hello? Your mic is breaking up a little.
Wait, I'll.
Yeah, just you come back in again. Bentancur lives off that one game versus Madrid in 2008. Pogba, yeah, Tukmini. Oh wait, no, to Pogba. Pogba wants to come, man. Pogba wants to come. Tukmini. Now says, big up everyone in the chat. And hey, mates, if you're still here. I live in Canada. Hey, told me. Yeah, guys. We're going to round up in a second anyway. So because I mean, what exactly? There's not much else to say really, because as a United fan, there's nothing to react to. We lost players and we ended up being in a much worse position than when we started this transfer window. I don't know why I've got the Spurs tag. Let me get rid of that. At the end of the day, guys, United are in the mud. This badge is in the mud right now. Thank you guys for tuning in and chatting. It's almost been 1.5 hours, man, going in. Really, really appreciate it. You made it much more enjoyable. Thank you for Mike tuning in as well. Guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, we have X, and smash that notification button to get when we're going live. I will be doing live watch-alongs for the AFCON semi-finals, which, to be honest, I'm much more looking forward to than watching United play, if I'm perfectly honest. And stay tuned. I'm hoping to do more watch-alongs on this channel. Certainly when the Champions League is back, I'll be doing some of those as well. I'm definitely in for the watch-alongs now, man, because I'm a football fan first at the end of the day, and United right now, it's tough being United fans. So if you're a United fan out there, stay strong. Hopefully we'll have better days, but I guess it is what it is. Have a nice day, everyone. Take care, and cheers.